Hi everyone, my name is Emma Reynolds. I'm one of the experts here on the Hub. I'm a mindfulness teacher. I'm also perimenopausal, and I help people deal with stress and anxiety. And I thought today, as this month's subject is feeling a little bit more epic, I got to thinking, well, why don't we feel epic sometimes? What's going on with us? And I noticed on the boards, there's a lot of people feeling very anxious and stressed at the moment. Dealing with perimenopausal symptoms is stressful, and stress actually then aggravates those symptoms. So we can get into a bit of a loop. And part of our stress comes from our thinking. So we have wandering minds. There was one study that showed that our minds wander 47% of the time, i.e., we're here doing something, but our mind has wandered off somewhere else. And where does it go to? Well, it either ends up looking at what happened in the past and wondering why things happened in a certain way. And that can literally be, 5 minutes ago, a year ago, in our childhood. And we kind of try and sort through that and, feel maybe a little bit sad that things didn't go the way we wanted them to go. Why? Because then potentially this present moment could be better. Or our mind wanders into the future. And I think more than ever, this is going on. People getting very stressed about future experiences because of the things that are happening right now. Worries about the future, imagines worst case scenarios, and then brings them also into this present moment experience. Or we can be present, absolutely here in the present moment, but we are judging. We're judging ourselves, or we're judging other people or events. Again, deeply stressful. So how can we help ourselves to stay in the present moment and maybe just a little bit more accepting around what's been going on? Well, the word here is acceptance. Is there any way that we can turn towards our experiences and start to step out of judgment a little bit? So if we notice that our mind is wandering, we've gone into the past moment experience, can we just notice that and go, oh yeah, and even label it? Yeah, remembering. Now back to the present moment. What am I actually doing? All right, I'm actually chopping the vegetables, or I'm out in nature going for a walk, or I'm, at work. I'm supposed to be working. Can I bring myself back into the present moment in some way? Or if we're in the future, wandering around, worrying about future things, just that first moment of noticing, yeah, right, I'm worrying about the future. And where is the future? We've never actually experienced it. Our mind has gone there many times, but we only ever live in the present moment. So we can start to realize that a lot of the stress that we create for ourselves is our own imagination. So when we can notice that we're in the future, we can label that planning, judging, worrying, and again, come back to the present moment. And how do we come back to the present moment? Sounds really easy, right? But the mind's wandering about all over the place. Well, we need to come back to something that's in the here and now. And one of the things that is always and only forever present is our body. So doing something like, for example, if you could do it right now, if I ask you to notice that your feet are on the floor, can you feel how now your mind may be wandering all over the place, but now if I say bring all of your attention to your feet on the floor, you can actually experience that. That is something that's real and in the present moment. And in that moment, you stop your mind from wandering about all over the place and you come back. Because as much as we like the idea of multitasking, we don't actually do it. What we're doing is asking our mind to bounce backwards and forwards from one thing to another. And that's deeply exhausting for the mind. So if you can actually just bring yourself back into the present moment, and then let's just have a look at this present moment for a moment. Okay, so we've got a tendency, apparently we have between 45,000 and 70,000 thoughts a day. Many of them are negative, many of them are looping. What would it be like to take your attention away from all of those thoughts and come back into the present moment, and then start to look for something positive in this present moment experience? And I don't mean, fantasize. I mean, like really, what is here in this present moment experience that is good? And that might just be, I don't know, you're having a quiet moment on your own. Maybe it's that you're in the house with your pet. Maybe the sun is shining, or maybe it's raining, but that's also positive for, the plants growing in the garden. Whatever it is, and it can be relatively small, it's just really good for the brain to move away from those negative looping thoughts and try and seek out something that is positive. And in that process of doing that, you're starting to rewire the brain. So the more times you do that and look for positive things in your present moment experience, the better you get at doing that. And the better you get at doing that, the more positive outlook you have. And therefore, you're actually now starting to make a positive change. And guess what? That even actually has something to do with rewiring your brain. So we have neural receptors in our brain, and every time we do the same thing over and over, those connections get stronger. Now, if those are serving you, if they're positive experiences, then great, carry on. But if they're negative, guess what? You keep firing the same network over and over. If you start to notice your negativity and your negative thoughts, and you start to look for positive experiences, you're starting to literally rewire your brain and create new neural pathways. And the more you use that, the better you get at it. You get good at what you practice. So what's the point of all of this? You have a choice. If you're noticing that you're not feeling epic, that you've fallen into stress and anxiety, you can start to have a choice. I notice when my mind is wandering, it's wandering into the past, into the future, or it's judging my present experience. And now I'm going to do something new. I'm going to come back into the present moment, maybe by feeling your feet on the floor, or maybe just taking a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then from there, you can then look for one good thing. And if you feel that's positive, what about finding two good things or three good things? Or possibly even at the end of the day, you might like to bookend your day, as it were. So you start in the morning with like one positive thing, whatever that is. And even if you can't find it, just the practice of looking for something good starts to change those neural pathways. And the same at the end of the day. Just take a moment to maybe note down, you can create a gratitude diary, 3 things that went well that you can feel grateful for today. All of that is going to nurture a mind that starts to look for the good things. And you know what? You might start to notice you are just a little bit epic as you are. I hope that's been useful. If you're interested in finding out more about mindfulness, there's information on the Hub website about me. Okay, thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.